Well, welcome back to base camp, WNC. Haven't bothered to film a whole lot at the farm here lately, but Walter did get the plastic down and the strawberry plants in. And this year here, all the plants came from a new grower up around Easley, South Carolina. Been having a problem with the guy in North Carolina at the coast, trying to get the quality up. He's a great big guy, and they really grow for people with thousands of acres, and this operation's just a little bit too small. He really, I guess, really just don't care. But plants are looking good. Weather's been kind of nice down here. Of course, I've been up in the mountains working, haven't been doing a whole lot of videos lately, but figured I'd give you a farm update. So we're back again, all strawberry plants, and this year we carried this field all the way down here till we ran out. Right down here's the end of it. So hopefully it'll just be this year the whole front field alongside the road, and all the way down here we won't have the back field down there where it's harder to maintain with everybody. Let me go ahead and show you some of the fun things that have happened. Well, here's the blackberries, and they're doing really good. They still got some leaves on them. But this year, things got kind of behind, or didn't quite catch it or something. But of course, in here at the end of the year, these canes right here, everything right here was all brand new growth from last year. Everything had to be cut off. Let's see if I can get down here. Just like that, right there at the ground. They're all cut off right there at the crown. And you only have the new ones. And what that is it took about 3 weeks with about 20 people to prune everything back, cut them all off. You got to get all the canes out of here, because that's what the cane borer gets into that affects the plant. But what everybody just didn't quite catch on was last year while they were growing, what you do is, instead of having a real long one like this, you would cut it off to here and it would branch out and be a bushier plant. Well, this year the funny thing is going to be is, you notice like here, we don't have anything all the way down here at the bottom. So all the berries are going to be up here at the top wire and up, which I think the problem then is going to be is the weight of them is going to pull them over the wire and break them. But that was, of course, last year was first year in it, and didn't quite realize that while you're picking berries, you actually have to start pruning the new growth in the bottom. So this will be a learning lesson. We'll see how it goes, but we've talked to some people who's had them, and they said we had the best year as the first year. And some other people say, you know, we averaged close to 2,500 gallons per acre. Says you're going to be swamped this year, because the second and third year is worse than, he says, you get more than the first year. So I guess we'll just have to wait and see what happens and see what goes on. We'll take a good look at them later on. Well, we've got broccoli planted and collards. Let me go see if I can find them. Well, here's one strip. I got 2 rows of cabbage going down here, and the rest of this is cauliflower. And let me take you on down into this plant, see if you can see it in here. But this right here isn't much bigger than a tennis ball right now. And believe it or not, in less than a week, them things will be picked. In about 5 days, that thing will be about 6 to 8 inches across. So this 2, 4 rows of cauliflower right here, all the way down 600 feet long, be ready to be picked by end of next week. We'll be in here cutting, or they'll be in here cutting and going like crazy. Well, let's see if I can film this without blinding you too bad. We're over here on the broccoli and collard field. Right here's all the broccoli they're cutting right now. This is Black Friday right now today. And they'll be out here tomorrow. They've been cutting on this field now for about 6 weeks, cutting broccoli. And then you can see where it drops down. This is the next section right there. That won't be going for about another 3 weeks. But they've been working this field over. This is the next one coming on. And like I said, that, see if I can get in front of it. And it's about almost 4 fingers wide. So within the next week, that thing will be 6-8 inches. If we move over here half a dozen rows, this is where they've been cutting. Walter said they'd be here tomorrow cutting, so the far end or something must be about ready to go. And the nice looking head, they're pretty tight. They're not bad looking. And then the far end of the field, we'll walk down there. I think there's turnips down there. Well, mixed in with some of them weeds right there is all the turnips. And then this right here, up to where I was the first big section of broccoli they've been cutting. And believe it or not, the irrigation's on. It's being fertilized. There's a couple collards coming up in it. But what that's going to be is, we have a standing order about 3 times a week for 150 cases of just broccoli leaves that they use for either garnish or cook them in the restaurants. So from now on, we won't mow those plants down until springtime. We'll keep harvesting leaves and we'll keep fertilizing them and growing them. And let me take you up on the other end and let's see what the collards and all look like. Well, between here and going down this side, it's a little over 10,000 more broccoli and cauliflower plugs to put in the ground. And that planting will probably get planted here probably about the first week of December. And that'll give them another about 3 weeks on that little bunch, and then we'll have all these come in. And let's walk up here and take a look at this collard field. Well, here's the collard field. They kind of went overboard a little bit this year. Then come to find out, we got a guy right over the road here that grew a couple acres every year, and that was kind of his winter money. And everybody here is kind of thoughtful and respectful to them, that nobody tries to horn in. This is really for the restaurant market. And, well, he dropped out of it this year, and all his customers are coming here, so we're seeding about 20,000 more for springtime. Right here, we're going to go ahead and grow them off. But this whole patch of collards, which should have lasted us the whole year, will probably only last about 2-3 weeks when we're in there really harvesting heads of collards. But that's about it for the farm right now in November. It's nasty and cold. It's almost 70 degrees today, and it'll be 40 something, 46, 48 tonight. So things are growing good here on the coast. I don't think we've had snow in the mountains yet, but we can't be too far from it. It was in the teens every morning when I left to come down. So, but like it, share it, subscribe. It's November. Like I said, we'll be planting a couple more fields, and strawberries will be being picked in February already. So the farm tours or farm updates will start happening here pretty soon. Like it, share it, subscribe, tell your friends about it, get the word out. Talk to you later.